Hey there, guys. We've got news for Global on December 14th for Final Fantasy Tactics Part 2. And I figured I'd just bring back my guest from last week, so Gerrtt, you can say hello again for the second part of Tactics.
Hello again, and I just want to say that I was asked why I didn't sing last week, and I'm not going to sing this week either. I'm just going to say it right now. I was asked not to sing, in fact, and I'm not even offended by it. But I'm not going to sing.
Yeah, there were no memorable songs in Tactics to sing, I don't believe.
No, none with words. I will say, Tactics is I mentioned before, right? One of my favorite games. I love the soundtrack of Tactics, so having the music in FFBE for the past week has been phenomenal.
Awesome. And real quick, before we get into the current week's news, I will mention that I personally was a guest on the official Brave XBS Twitch channel community live stream. And I know after live streams, I usually do like a long recap, but because I was in the stream itself, I'm just going to put a link in the description of this video where you can watch either the recap, or the actual stream itself in a replay, community live stream. It was me, Tony, and Justin. Or if you just want to see a brief overview of the stream where it's discussed with some community members, I joined Gerrtt on his channel to do a discussion of the live stream that I was on. So we're getting meta levels of an Inception here. But you can check.
Always,
Oh, go ahead.
always good time to have you on the beige carpet, and that video is live, so you can go check that out now.
And I'll put a link to that as well in the description for this one. But for this week, we've got Tactics. So, unfortunately, even though Ramza last week got some pretty nice overhauls, some buffs, new leader skill, more damage, more flat stacks, it seems we're not getting that for Orlando. So, how do you feel about that? A unit you really were looking forward to, Gerrtt?
I was looking forward to it, and it makes me sad.
It's a little strange because
Yeah, it's bizarre. As a premium, it's bizarre.
oh, for sure. Same thing as Locke. Locke really didn't get anything either. And they're doing this again. So I guess, I mean, I suppose on the one hand, JP did go really overboard on premiums. Literally, every other week was a new premium in JP during this time period. So maybe Global feels like some of these are intended to be skippable, I guess. So,
Yeah, but I mean, it's Orlando.
I know. It's just he's
Orlando.
he's
Whatever.
iconic as being, he's supposed to be
Yeah,
overpowered.
yeah, but he's not.
Even his banner, as was pointed out a few moments ago, it's just a copy
Mhm.
paste. It's the same as Ramza. They just swapped the one unit.
Really disappointing. And I mean, you're getting. What's funny about this one, right, is that Hope and Roka and Van Harma are on this banner with a unit that is intended to do lightning damage.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. That is true.
It's really goofy because at least the last one had Agrius, right, who could do fields for both, and Ramza could do fields for Earth at least, or who just did Earth damage. So those units made sense. This makes no sense except for Zach.
Strange, very strange. Uh, so yeah, I mean, he's a super limit burst, lightning damage dealer, has no leader skill whatsoever. This is a thing that JP's done a few times, where premiums just don't have any leader skill at all. He is intended to go on a party and hit things, and that's it. Is there much that I'm leaving out for Orlando, Gerrtt?
I don't think so. Yeah, I was scanning over the kit, and I honestly got as far as the vision card on the JP wiki, and my jaw kind of dropped a little bit, and then I stopped looking. So let me just scan over really quick here. LB fill, elemental burst, some breaks or instant kill moves. Oh boy, you know how often that's going to work in a fight.
Oh yeah.
And a 750 skill, 750 modifier with defense ignore 50. Self LB damage buff. Not a whole lot here, honestly.
Yeah, it's all personal,
Demon
selfish
killer,
stuff.
personal demon killer, and reaper killer.
Self only, unfortunately. Yeah, I made a
Yeah.
video suggesting ways they could possibly make him better, and They did a few things for Ramza, and that was nice, but not Orlando.
Yeah,
Even his vision card, like, is just kind of whatever. Right. It's just not that good.
Yeah, it's missing. It just feels like it's missing something. Like, yeah, it does give you LB damage, some 400 attack and magic, and then 150 attack and magic true double hand, which is like an interesting amount. You know, and the base stats on the card are good, but like there are just better options.
Yeah, and I will point out before someone says in the comments, yes, this time I do realize it's unlocked, meaning there's no restrictions to use it. Anyone gets this. But, you know, as I was kind of pointed out during the live stream, maybe I need to look at a more broad audience. Not everyone has a copy
the lower,
of Rick,
lower
Rain,
end of the pyramid. Yeah.
Exactly. But another step up. So, Holiday Guaranteed Step Up Summon. This is overall a cheap step up, and actually, Gerrtt, we talked about this in a moment. It looks like there is a unit selects ticket, so you get a random one on step 4 and a guaranteed selection on step 5.
So you're choosing Aaka,
yeah,
because the other two are really bad.
Absolutely,
but yeah. But still, I mean, and how fortuitous is this? Here we are, a year later, we're talking about Aaka again, because I was on your original Aaka video.
So what does this cost? Let's see, 10, 14, 17, 19,000 to get a random, and yeah, it's pretty cheap, a random and a guaranteed.
You could do 2 steps too, or 2 laps.
Oh wow, yeah. So the question is, Gerrtt, you know, we know Eldrin is no, and Tiana is no. So is Aaka in this day and age worth 19K, do you think?
19K, if you've got it laying around and you don't have a copy of her, she is pretty good for clearing some stages in Dark Visions.
Yeah, she's definitely you know,
even like the mid-tier sub bosses, like the ones that you actually have to put a team together for, like she can certainly be useful.
And then to mention a little surprise here, Aaka is getting upgraded even, and some 7-star units we don't care about. So let's go straight to Aaka.
Yes. Now, we don't know what any of these do though.
Well, the ability upgrade is Finale Dashing Through the Snow. That's her big 150 amp nuke ability. So we know it's getting better, but as far as what are they doing to it, no, this is very limited information. And then a new ability, Let It Snow. What does that do? Give us the information in the news.
I'm going to guess auto morale fill every turn.
Okay, that'd be... I mean, it'd definitely be, you know, obviously useful, but...
Yeah.
Is that going to, like, save her, I wonder? I don't... Unless it's, like, an excessive amount.
Well, think here for a minute. So the one ability is called Finale, right? And that's, like, her big damage skill. And Encore is, like, playing another song after the show is over. So maybe that's some sort of way to, like, recharge the magnets.
Oh, that would make her way better. Because an issue she has, you know, is the one-time burst, and then... she's sort of like dead weight.
She's done. Yeah.
Oh my god! If you could refresh that, and like, you know, maybe it's a cooldown, or you can only refresh it once per 3 turns. Even so, that would still give her a lot more value in Clash of Wills,
especially for the longer ones. Yeah.
Oh my god, that'd be amazing. So yeah, we will have to see on Thursday.
Yeah. Exciting times. You've got an EX3 Aaka, right?
I do. I went pretty hard for her during her banner because, you know, I always fall for not always, I skipped Eldrin, but I usually fall for the Christmas units, and they seem so good at first glance, and then they get crept so quickly.
Yeah.
So quickly. Tiana, same thing. Aaka, same thing. And then Eldrin just crept right out of the gate.
Yeah, for sure.
And then we're getting some content. Now, I will mention, it looks like we are skipping the raid event. Like, the entire raid event seems to be skipped. We're skipping the series boss battle, Ultima. Just seems to be skipped entirely. And it seems we're also skipping the Orban Monastery exploration. These all just seem to be missing from the news. So, do you think these are going to be coming later, Gerrtt, or are they just lost to the times?
I mean, unless there's some sort of hidden week 3 of the tactics event, I have a feeling they're just gone.
Ah, very sad. Very sad.
Yeah.
But the stuff we are getting, so this is Argith's acquisition stage, whatever. It's like, the free units, Kelger, etc. Go in here, farm it, and you get the unit. And you said that some people were looking forward to Argith for, collection purposes. He is a Final Fantasy Tactics unit. Although he's one, I would assume if you're a fan of Tactics, you probably don't like Argith. He was kind of a jerk.
He kind of was. But for people who don't have any units right now, and for some reason maybe you couldn't make a bunch of deletas for farming the event that's going on right now, here's another way to get another EX3 unit for it, so you can at least farm it faster if you're not done already, or maybe go back and do. Well, is he Rebels category?
That's a good question. I would doubt it, just because he very specifically did not rebel in Tactics.
Right. So maybe you can't go back and use him against the equipment stage last week, but at least it's a Tactics unit if you need it for some reason.
And he's free. Always nice.
Yeah.
And then we are getting some of the gear stages. So this is convenient, and this is actually a pretty nice helmet, honestly. So for this, you clear the stage, you craft the helm, and this is like really good. It's 105 attack power. It's equal to the highest in the game, not counting the Clash of Wills helm. But it gets 50 LB damage, and this is universal. This is everyone. This is like a really good helmet.
Well, especially with the bulk stats on it.
And then for Tactics only, it gets a little bit of extra stats. But, yeah, I use this all the time in JP. Very, very good helmet.
Yeah.
And then we're getting Orlando's Cape, which is basically only for him. 500 attack power for Orlando, 81 attack power. Like it's still good new player gear, but for veterans, it's only for Orlando.
Yeah.
And that's basically the news for the new week. Not a whole lot else as far as Brave Exvius news, but we do have news for another live stream. We just had the one, with me as a guest yesterday, but a new one. So this one, Gerrtt, I guess expectations, what are you expecting?
Well, I mean, just based on what they said in the live stream we just watched, I mean, they mentioned, potentially getting some news for Ellis Barris's buffs, which for players who have her is going to be very exciting. And they also talked about potentially doing giving some information about upgrades or changes to the reward structure for Clash of Wills.
I am very excited for this one, and when producer Hiroki Fujimoto makes an appearance, usually it's a bigger deal than just a typical monthly stream.
Yeah, it's exciting.
So that'll be on Sunday, December 17th, based on your own time zone. And yeah, so wish we had more to talk about, but overall it's a relatively slow week this week.
Yep, we're back to it. So I guess then what is there? If there is just the one event, is just the EX stages, right?
Yeah, so it's just clear these two. These are one and done. This one you turn on auto farm for 5 minutes. You're done with that.
Oh yeah, the farming. Yeah.
And then you're done. Yeah, no raid, no exploration, no serious boss battle, nothing. Slow week. I guess Dark Visions is still open technically.
True. Week. I have not done that yet. On my list.
And yeah, so thanks for joining again, Gerrtt. Not much else to it. And again, if you want to hear a detailed breakdown of the live stream, you can check that out on Gerrtt's channel. I'll put a link. If you want to see the live stream itself, that'll be on Twitch. I'll also put a link. But that was fun. I did that yesterday.
Yeah. It was cool to watch. I really enjoyed it.
All right. Guess that's it. Thanks again, Gerrtt.
Yep. Have a good one.
Later.